What's up everybody, welcome back to One More Guitar. Thank you for checking out the video. Today Fender has announced a new Fender Player Plus series, and I was curious about what this was and I wanted to check it out. And I know this isn't the typical day that I put videos out, but I thought why not take a look at it real quick. So some of the cool things about this, these have some new specs that are kind of interesting. They all come with locking tuners. They all have noiseless pickups that are Player series noiseless pickups. And they all have a push-pull knob that have some kind of special functionality. The Teles let you play in series, and the Strats let you blend in the neck position. So that's pretty cool. And they all have rolled fingerboards like the American Pro Series. So all these things are pretty cool. And on top of all that, they have some really cool new finishes. So let's check this out. Alright, first let's talk about the 4 different types of guitars that they're offering in this series. You've got your typical Strats and your typical Telecasters. And then you've got HSS Strats and then Nashville Telecasters. So each of the Strat and the Telecaster has 2 variations of what you can get. And a Nashville Telecaster has a single coil pickup in the middle position. Alright, so now let's just take a look at the finish options that they're offering, and we'll take a closer look in a minute. Now the first thing I see here is Olympic Pearl. That's a pretty common finish. I think Fender offers that pretty much on every line they put out. At least on one of the models. I've seen it a lot recently, so not a lot to talk about there. Alright, next we have a Telecaster in Silver Smoke, and this is the only guitar that comes in this finish. And I'm pretty interested in that one. It looks kind of cool from this picture, so we'll check this out a little closer in a minute. Next we have an Aged Candy Apple Red, another very interesting finish. I like that it looks a little dulled from the normal Candy Apple Red, so that's kind of cool. And you've got that on a Telecaster and a Stratocaster here. Next we've got a couple of Sunburst guitars. Nothing really to write home about there, so we'll just move on past that. We've got a Silver Burst on a Stratocaster with the HSS configuration. Again, this is the only guitar that has this color option here. The next new finish they have is called Opal Spark. It looks to me like a mixture of Lake Placid Blue and Daphne Blue. It seems like a very light color in the few pictures that I've seen. But I think that's a mint pickguard on there, and that's kind of piquing my interest a little bit. Alright, next we'll move on to Cosmic Jade. I'm not usually into green guitars that much, but something about this one is really calling my name. I don't know what it is. For some reason, I feel like this is one of those that will look a lot better in person than it does in the stock photos. Time will tell. Maybe we can see one in person at some point, but I definitely think that's a cool color. Butterscotch Blonde, let's take a minute to talk about that. Just kidding. Alright, let's check out some more interesting finishes. This one's called Belair Blue, and this is a fade finish, one of 2 that they have. And this is the only guitar that you can get this finish on, the HSS configuration. I'm not usually a fan of fade finishes, but they're kind of starting to grow on me a little bit, so I'm interested in checking this one out in a second. And the last new finish they have is called Tequila Sunrise, and this is also only available on this model, which is the SSS Strat. And I think this is a really cool color. I kind of wish they had offered this on some other stuff. I think that looks sharp. It looks similar to a guitar Clapton had at one point, and I think people will probably like it because of that. But alright, let's take a closer look at some of these colors. First we'll check out the Silver Smoke on this Telecaster. I don't know how this would look in person, but it looks pretty sweet in this picture, I think. I like how it fades into the horn there, and I like how the pickguard covers up one of them, so it looks like just part of it is white up there. Oh, I forgot to mention that all the Telecasters in this line have a comfort cut too. How sweet is that? And the neck plate, I think it says Fender Player Plus on it. Like I said, those are locking tuners on there. I really like the way this finish looks. Let's move on. Alright, next let's check out this Aged Candy Apple Red. They actually have some of these in stock, and I've pulled up the Telecaster and the Stratocaster, so we can just take a quick look at both of these. Weights are about 8 pounds on the ones they have. Looks like these have the 6 saddle bridges on them. I really like the way this finish looks. I'd like to see this in person. I think the tortoiseshell pickguard really kind of sets that off. Makes it look really nice. Yeah, I'd really like to see one of these in person. Alright, let's check out the Strat. Yep. Looks about the same on here. It looks good. And I like it with the cream plastics on this too. And I think both of those guitars look good. I wasn't going to take a look at this Sunburst, but the grain on this particular one looks pretty good. Let's look at this real quick. Not that. This one. The other three look pretty plain, but this one looks like it's got some cool grain in it. And this is available on Sweetwater right now, so if you're interested in this guitar, you can go out there and get it. I don't have any links or anything, but just go out there and search for it. Is that a mint pickguard on this one too? Yeah, I think so. I like the way that looks. Looks good with the maple board too. Another one I want to take a brief look at is this Silverburst. Well, what's up with that one? It looks a lot darker than the other ones. Let's see if we can compare that. Again, something about the Silverburst with the white plastics. Oh look, the Fender humbucker actually says Fender across it too. That's pretty cool. Let's see if this one looks any different in the pictures, or if it's just that one picture. It's hard to tell. It does actually look kind of darker, doesn't it? Pretty interesting. Alright, next let's check out this Opal Spark. Again, this is a very light looking color to me. I don't know if it'd be that light in person or not, but it seems like a metallic baby blue. That's kind of what I'm seeing in these pictures anyway. I think it looks pretty slick, but I don't know if that color would be for me. Something about it's just too light. Alright, take a look at the Strat real quick. It does have a nice look to it. Alright, next I'm looking forward to checking out this Cosmic Jade. Like I mentioned earlier, something about this finish is calling my name. I don't know what it is. And usually green guitars don't do it for me. But I like this color. I don't know if I like it more on the Tele or the Strat, but I think it looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, look at that. I think this is going to look a lot better in person. Man, I really want to see a lot of these finishes in person. Maybe they'll show up at the guitar stores. And who knows, I might pick one up at some point. Quick look at the Strat. Yep, I think this is going to look really good in the right lighting. Alright, and lastly we'll check out the two fade finishes, and we'll start with the Belair Blue. Looks like they have these in stock as well. just checking the close-up, I already like it a little more than I did looking at the smaller thumbnail. It almost looks like it fades into that Miami blue that they're using on the American Professional series, and then down here it's like that cobalt blue that they're using on the Ultra series. I know these finishes probably won't be for everybody, but they're definitely interesting, and I think they look good if you're into that, you know. Alright, let's check out Tequila Sunrise. This is just a cool looking guitar. It's loud, and again, it's not going to be for everybody, but it just looks like a lot of fun, you know. I think it looks good with the maple too. Alright, that's pretty much all the guitars. The basses have the same finishes, so I'm not going to take a look at those. But let me know what you think. Do you like the HSS Strat or the SSS Strat? Or do you prefer the Nashville Tele or the regular Tele? And are there any of these colors that are just making you think I've got to have that right now? Which of these do you like? Let me know in the comments. So there's two downsides about this line that I want to mention. One, I've noticed that there's no left-handed models in here at all, and that's really a bummer because there's probably a lot of people out there that would like to try some of these guitars. And two, the price is really getting up there. We're now right at $1,000 or over $1,000, and that's pushing into the USA line. And so I'm curious if you think it's worth it. Is it an apples to apples comparison between this one and the Ultra, or if you're spending that much money, would you maybe just go ahead and step into the American Pro line? So I'm curious what you think about all this. I really do appreciate y'all watching. Until next time, take it easy and keep playing.